This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Jones to throw again. And Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked by Jeff Bradley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing after the interception. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
New York.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Complete to
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Barkley hit, and the ball pops free. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. So it's not hard to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2nd and 13. His guy's nailed. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Vikings 35. Giants.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time not only the turnover, but that points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence, his second sack of the night. Second and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
He's going to try and go deep again. And got his man complete. A big play for the Vikings on third down. 47 yards.
10 at the 41-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He gives it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 14 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. Now, you don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Flushed out right. They'll run it.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jones now throwing on third and long. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play. We're able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
There's a first down throw that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
J.J. Nelson. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time was left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Now they will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now with Freese here as he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
7-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Letting one go in zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Chris Godwin. 29 yards. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6.
Lets it go for Nelson. For the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early?
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he's all the way up past the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
The extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Vikings 55, Giants 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Let it well, and it's picked. The number 7 usually lucky here. And 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you talk about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And this offense is running away with this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Spinning past him. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. He's going to go up top again. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 32. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let into some tough coverage.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
1st and 6-yard line.
Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Being chipped, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Taking a shot here for Marshall. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 94 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. Now, he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
At the 45-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
27-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class is starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Well, he brought it down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside.